hey, looky, what do we have here? I don't know, probably the best morning show ever hit the atmosphere. Let's be clear, there's plenty others that do it B.I.G., but keeping it a buck though, none to get you up though like G&G. With all the news and real point of views you can use, light and heavy topics we peruse, even a laugh or two. What you talking? Good morning, gang, be the instrument, take your friends and them, kin and all, come on in, tune in. You ain't gonna want them in state, and even the trolls and haters that hate us, we end up being their favorite. Cause from 8 to 10, we get it in, believe that. I mean, from where else could you go when you a part of the show? Definitely GMG, cause when you show love, we show love back. First thing in the morning, we get you through, so after the yawning, wash up and wipe your face, get your snacks and come on in, get comfy, but most importantly, in all caps, dooby dooby doo 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 doo. Hey, is that you? It's good to see you. What's going on? What's uppers? Huh? It's your boy, Big Phil Speaks. And this is the Good Morning Gang Morning Show, brought to you by myself and that good GMG, Good Morning Gang. Listen, how y'all feeling this morning, huh? Blessed and highly favored. Why? Because you've been able to open your eyes. Open your eyes. Inhale, exhale, and do all the things with your extremities. You know what I'm saying? It says you're here. Listen, I know I'm blessed. You better feel it too, because it's in the air, the night, and in the morning. You hear me? Oh, Lord. Listen, good morning, good morning. How is everybody feeling? Do me one favor. If you can't do nothing else in this life, do me one favor and share this situation, huh? Because we about to take off and take flight. It's only right. Yeah. You know what I like to say? I don't care if you just getting to your job, if you're on your way to work, if you're getting off of work, if you unfortunately don't have no work and you're clickety clacking looking for work, or you just looking at your boo-boo bun thing, significant or insignificant other, or your spouse, and you like, damn it, I'm ready to put in work. The Good Morning Gang Morning Show gonna get you right and ready. Tell a friend to come on in. This is the place to be. Who we got in the building? Dana Mack from that Alabama way. Good morning, Chi. Lady Costa she's in the building. Good morning. Connie Baptiste. Good morning. Good morning. She says it's MF and Hump Day. Ooh, she be ready. She be ready. The Berg salute. Grand Risings. Grand Risings. Polo Dolo riding solo for that Kansas City way. What's uppers? Bree in the place to be, huh? What you know no good? Mr. Rich Wilson came in here and said GMZs instead of TMZs. Listen, I ain't mad at that one, huh? Cotton Candy, Kathy, I see you in the building, huh? Hey, Tiffany, I see you. I see you. She's in the building. Peep Ski, Wagwan Brethren, huh? What's goody like the Mizab? Who else is in this building before I get this party started right, huh? Listen, Sexy Sugar Mama, she's in the building. Good morning, good morning. Huh? Who else we got in here? Crazy Work Mom. Good morning to ye. Listen, DC Mumbo Sauce, my uptown homeboy Frank Murphy is in the house. Good morning, GMG gang. Don't bang that part, huh? Andre Lang, salute. I see you. Who else? Who else? Who else? LPZ, what's goody like the mob? Casey Anthony. Who is Casey Anthony LPZ? I'm not even sure who that is, my brother. My brother, my brother. But anywho, listen. Let me get myself together here as I get ready to start this show. Listen, y'all know what it is. I know people are tapping in and tuning in from Facebook, of course, YouTube, Twitch, and of course, X, formerly known as the Twitters, formerly known as Twitters. Who is Casey Anthony LPZ? Please let me know. Well, that name sounds familiar as a mug. I don't know. I'm trying to think who the hell that is. Huh? Crazy word when I say, oh, OMG, PZ, OMG. Oh, yeah, now I remember. Okay. Now, thank you, Connie. Now I remember. Excuse me. I had a good night's sleep and I'm still a little sleepy. Good God Almighty. Let me wake it on up. Coffee is the shiznayi. Listen, you better get some herbal tea in your life. She left Florida, huh? LPZ, she said she came there to be your girl. That's why she moved near you. But she tried to get next to you. LPZ, she said, "Ooh, I heard about LPZ." Angie, good morning, good morning. How you doing? Good morning to ye. Do me a favor, share this situation, share this live with at least 1 to 7 of your friends. You do not have to spam your whole friend list, but share this with 1 to 7 of your friends. How about do me a favor and repost it on your social media outlets? Huh? You know why? Why? Because I want to menage with the algorithm. That part. Tanasia Pleasant. Good morning to ye, Tanasia. Good morning. Good morning. Lorenzo, y'all come on over to the good YouTube. Why don't you? Huh? Channel pin right there. Huh? We got some things to talk about this morning. I don't even know where I would like to begin because the news is newsing. You know what I'm saying? But I think I'll start with this scam alert, this new scam alert to keep y'all, you know what I'm saying? Hold up, which one is this one? Make sure I got this right. Okay, yeah, scam alert. Book. When y'all thought the Apple Pays and all that, the tapping was safe, here's another one for you to make sure that you stay up on your P's and toes, huh? Wavy Crockett, what's goody like the mob? Yeah, another scam alert. Check this out. Crazy work, mom. It might save you some ducats. Be ye careful, ladies and gentlemen. When you go to tap your your Apple Pays and things and your card tap, make sure that you ain't getting your account drafted for more than what you bargained for or trying to pay for. You hear me? Connie said, I saw this. Listen, it's my job that if as I see it come across the board that I just pass it along like an alley-oop. You hear me? And hopefully y'all retain it. So just in case you come into a situation like this, you be like, oh, I see this bam ass shiggity. Huh? Let me make sure they don't get me. Listen, and maybe you can pass the information on to somebody else to make sure that they don't fall victim to the bullshiggery. You hear me? Listen, I'm gonna keep pushing though. This next one is not a scam alert, but it's something to do in the emergency. If somebody puts you in a situation, you say, play it again. I'll play it one more again. Let's do it again. Check the gas pump, tag in your car, tap your car. Get at it. You feel me? Angie said, never pay at the pump. Pull on all devices. That's a fact. Crazy. That's why it's good to use a credit card for everything. Yeah, baby. Mac out. Towns Auto Sales. Come on over to the good YouTube. This next thing is in case you are unfortunately the victim, God forbid, the victim of somebody that makes you go to an ATM to withdraw money, or you held up at an ATM as you're putting your card in or whatever. Here's something that you can do that will alert authorities and or help save your money. Listen, check this out. If a thief forces you to take money out of an ATM, don't argue or resist. What you do is punch in your PIN backwards. about that if you didn't know. JRPR, top of the top, Sparkless Starfire. Hey, hey, come on over to the good YouTube channel right there. Listen, what's that noise? DC Bubble, some mess that they put on to and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have to edit that out in post production because YouTube might be tripping on that one. Like, get that up out of here. Okay, erase that song. But anywho, y'all get the point. Make sure you on point, huh? Lady Costanita, I didn't even when I found that out. I was like, oh yeah, if you put your joint in backwards, it does all that, which is a good thing. Which is a good thing. So, ladies and gentlemen, remember, if you're at an ATM or you forced to go to an ATM or whatever the case may be, and somebody try to get at your money on, hitting your PIN code backwards, it sets off a chain of events that will save you your money from being absconded from your account, alert the authorities, and take pictures of the assailant that's around you. You feel me? That part right there. We gonna keep pushing. We gonna keep pushing. Miss Cruz, good morning to ye. I see you. Listen, who else? Who else? No, we good. Let's keep pushing. Let's keep pushing. Da, 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 da. Da, da, da. Now this here, I should have put this under the this Bama here motif. Cause this some Bama ass shiggity if I ever heard of it. By now, unless you under a rock, you probably heard that Frumpy Frump has on the low secretly, but maybe not even so secretly, has removed the bust of Martin Luther King from the White House. Has removed the bust of Martin Luther King from the White House. If that ain't disrespect to history, if that's not disrespect to the legacy of Martin Luther King, if that's not disrespect to us as a people, I don't know what the hell is it. You feel me? I don't. It's retarded. And look at this Bama. Look how he just look. He just look like he up to no good. Charlie Hustle. I just see your text. I'll hit you once the show is over. But I'm over on the good YouTube. Jero Man, Nays the Minutes. Come on over to YouTube. But look at this Bama face. Look at him. He look like he up to no good. Why would you touch the legacy of MLK? All the work that man did to kind of get us to a certain place. Why? Because you trying to rewind time anyway with your evil self. And I'm gonna just leave that there. Someone needs to. We ain't gonna need saying crazy work, mom. But I feel you. I feel you. At this point, I don't even think it's him. I think it's Stephen Miller. With all this disrespect, man. Listen. Something got to give, though. Something definitely got to give. GLZ757, salute. I'm over on the good YouTube. It's like, why? Why do all these things, these acts? Why carry it in such a despicable manner, whatever the case may be? What MLK do to you, huh? With your Bama ass. Yeah, so even though I didn't plug it or pause or attach it to this Bama here this week, Frumpy Frump definitely gets this Bama here award for the day. You hear me? And I'm gonna keep pushing. I'm gonna keep moving on, huh? This next one is for ladies and fellas, but specifically ladies because it's used on a lot of ladies. Some of y'all may have seen this. Some of y'all might have watched a video such as this at some point in time. But just in case you have not, it's something for you to be careful when you're out and about and people ask for help and things of that nature, and in society, in a world where we should not be scared or to want to help people, because that's the that's humanity in us to want to help people. But then you got people that do evil things such as this. Y'all check this out if you would. You notice, right, while he was holding that magazine brochure, whatever the case, whatever it was, he eventually moved it close to her face so she could inhale or ingest or smell whatever's on that paper to get her disorientated. Then he had somebody helping him so that it didn't look like he was grabbing her. It was a female to come along, act like she's helping the girl or whatever the case may be. Just so happened that another lady peeped what was going on, was able to intervene or whatever. You have to stay on your P's and toes. You got to stay on your, you know, on your high awareness, because you never know if it happens to where you might be put in a situation like that, thinking it's nothing. It could be a man that is doing this. It could be a woman that's doing this. So don't think that it's just a man that might present this type of situation to you and put you in duress or whatever the case may be. It might be a female as well. So be careful out here. I know we are in a day and age where it's so much going on, and we are not to live in fear, but you ought to live cautious. You ought to live aware. You are to keep your third eye open, as well as your two googly googles in your face. You feel me? Keep them open and pay attention. Get out them phones when you in the street. Stay alert to everything moving around you. Guess what? Usually robbers, kidnappers, and people, nefarious people, they scope out and they see people, and they see people in different ways. They see people as easy victims or easy targets. They see people as intermediate, not as easy targets, and they see people as hard targets. Make sure you're always a hard target. Pause. No Diddy. Make sure you're always a hard target and not an easy one, huh? Just pay attention, ladies and gentlemen. Pay attention. Listen, moving on. As of now, listen, I know you, and your mama too, your brother, your sister, and all the crew have heard about the terrible flooding that happened down in Texas that has claimed a bunch of lives, and some other people were saved and some were injured or whatever the case may be in Kerr County or whatever the case may be, with the camping site and those beautiful young girls that some have come up missing. Some have come up dead because of the way that things were handled. No pre-alert system, no early warnings, sirens or whatever the case may be. And I think it was a breaching of a levee or something that caused the body of water to rush down into the camp area very quickly overnight while most people are sleeping, and have them caught up in a travesty or whatever the case may be, and a tragedy. Well, part of the rescue efforts did not come from the government, did not come from FEMA, did not come from law enforcement, federal law enforcement. Guess where it came from? Guess where it came from? In a time in which a lot of people are being snatched up and deported, guess where the help cometh from? Huh? Straight out of Mexico, people were sent over to help, mind you. Some of the people that voted to have their asses deported. Make this make sense. Whoo, when the Bible talks about making your enemy your footstool, oh my God, y'all check this out, huh? It's a sad situation, but it should show you the humanity in man, despite what others think about them, that they still persevere to be of help. Listen, y'all pay attention, huh?
Breaking news, Trump said there was nothing he could do, but it was Mexico who stepped up to save lives. While the floodwaters swept away homes, families, and hope in South Texas, the governor appeared on television, his voice shaking, saying his hands were tied, that he had no resources, no way to help. But someone did. From across the river, without cameras, without promises, hundreds of Mexican rescuers crossed over on their own. They came with backpacks on their shoulders, trained dogs by their side, and hearts full of faith. They didn't wait for orders. They didn't ask for permission. They just heard the cry of a neighbor, and they answered.
He caught up with a group of Mexican search and rescue professionals from Ciudad Acuña as they returned from their first morning mission, where they recovered a body.
I understand that you all found a body out there. Tell me about that. Sí, bueno, tratamos de...
Jose Omar Llanes Hernandez says while searching, crews found a victim underneath 3 feet of debris.
Al parecer es una persona de...
He says the victim appeared to be a man.
What's it like to collaborate with American teams in this search effort?
Bueno, pues para nosotros siempre va a ser...
He explains they're proud to be able to help with rescues in any country that calls on them.
And now, in the mud and rubble of cities like Laredo, Eagle Pass, and Mission, the loudest voices aren't speaking English. They're speaking Spanish. Mexican voices saying, hold on, we're here. Because while Trump locks himself in his office and the governor throws his hands up to the sky, Mexico is waist deep in the water, pulling people out alive.
Listen, the irony of it all, for people to be so disgusted and want people deported, people snatched up from their families. We're not talking about criminals. We're not talking about gangbangers. We're not talking about miscreants or perverts or, none of these things. We're talking about good, wholesome people. In the midst of them being corralled and treated less than human in a lot of situations, to have some of their people with an open heart come across the border to be of service to where the U.S., our U.S., lacked in the situation. Make that make sense. And the bigger irony of it all is the fact that the Kerr County sheriff, who once had a staunch position on this whole thing when it comes to immigrants and things of that nature, has turned his leaf, has started to sing another tune. Why? Because his own family was caught up in this situation, this flood situation, and were rescued by these Mexican individuals. Make that make sense. You think I'm lying? Pay attention to this. Why don't you?
Kerr County Sheriff Larry Lida says to apply for a green card for the Mexican rescue team that rescued his family and that they will not be restricted from entering or exiting the U.S. border in the future. This statement caused a public outcry because Sheriff Lida, who is known for being tough on immigrants, has finally broken his silence by standing in front of the camera with a solemn look on his face and saying, I owe them my family's life. No one would have expected that to come from Sheriff Lida, and Kerr County was one of the hardest hit areas. The sheriff's daughter and 2 young grandchildren were tragically trapped, and when the local rescue effort was overwhelmed, a specialized rescue team sent by the President of Mexico marched across the border to help. Relying on extraordinary courage, the team managed to reach the isolated farmhouse and safely rescued all those trapped, including the sheriff's family. Sheriff Lida could no longer look at his neighbors across the river the way he used to, that human life has no nationality, about a people, the Mexican people. They showed the world once again that when it all falls apart, they're the first ones to start rebuilding.
Man, listen. Hey, Sierra Bay, I see you done came around the way, GMG. But see the irony of it all, when people want to be ugly, when people want to do just inhumane things and still have that good old boy mindset when it comes to race and relations and things of that nature. There are some people that are still good, that despite the oppression, despite the disdain, despite the mistreatment or the wrong treatment, just because of the color of the skin or how and which way they came to America, still their people are saying, listen, in spite of it all, we're here to help. We're here to help. And in this situation, this man whose family could have very well been lost in this situation were saved by some of the very individuals that he allegedly had a staunch, jacked up opinion about getting rid of. Make that make sense. But look how God worked, because now he's like, listen, those individuals can come and go as they please, and I will never turn them around, make them go back. I will never, and I'll help them get visas if I can. That's the rightful thing to do. Now, if Frump can't see that and get some kind of inspiration in a positive light, something's not right with that Bama, huh? Something's not right with that Bama. Speaking of something's not right with that Bama, listen, hey, Music for God too. Good morning, darling. Listen, we've spoken about it. I did a morning show segment about this that so-called assassination attempt, assassination tip, and or should I say ass in tip, in attempt, pause. But anyway, this video, I posted it on my page on ID, shows something really peculiar. If it was a true presidential assassination attempt, why would people that weren't media corralling the media over to get a better shot or a certain viewpoint of the whole situation, when at the time nobody knows what's going on, who did it, and or if they were operating alone? But you telling me that this was a solid or a real deal assassination attempt? Make it make sense. Listen, this is my opinion. Let me put my allegedly's up. Let me put that right there. I'm just saying, pay attention. Pay attention, right? Who does that? Where do you know that to happen? Where in a common sense state of mind, how could you see that as being doable or allowable? Because if anything, they would be trying to make sure everybody's away from the president, including the media, because they don't know if the media was involved or somebody on the media posing as media would have been involved. You don't get corralled closer to it so you can get a certain vantage point. What's up, Brian BK? Come on over to the good YouTube. I'm just saying, if you think I'm lying, pay attention to what I'm telling you, huh? I'm just telling you.
The president's been shot.
Look to the right side of the screen in a little bit, ladies and gentlemen.
Either that or they're covering. We don't know. Either that or they're covering him. We love you. We love you, President Trump. We love you.
You see them trying to cover the press.
We
Look
love
at the
you,
press. Look at
President
the press.
Trump.
Look at the Bama ducking down. You saw the Bama ducking down? Watch this.
We love you.
It's going to be him and somebody else that's going to be pushing them around so they can see, get a better, what you call it? Look. Look at him. Look at the Bama right there. And the girl. Get a good girl advantage point. Does that look like?
It could just be his ear.
Does that look like?
It could just be his ear.
Secret
He's
Service
walking.
activity in the midst of an assassination attempt. Look how casually that one Bama just walked around the podium. Just you saw how casually the Secret Service Bama, whoever he was, walked around the podium like it was over, like he was just busy. No sense of urgency about nothing. No sense of urgency about nothing. Hopefully, hold on, let me get this up. Oh, I did. It's up off of there. And then for the crazy individuals that say no, it happened. I got this for you right here, right? Because they say he got hit in the ear by a bullet or a fragment or glass or whatever the hell may be, and he wore that little damn little piece of tape on there for about a day. Then he was at a dinner afterwards and didn't have it on, and you couldn't see no scratch, no mark, no bruise, no tearing, no hole, no nothing. Well, let's let the tail of the tape show y'all what it is, huh? A picture of his ear, the same ear that supposedly was struck by whatever it was struck by before the situation and here in 2025. Allegedly, huh? You see that? July 2018 and May 2025. Now look at the close-up. Look at the close-up of his little funky looking like a pig ear, whatever. Listen, you don't see no tears. You don't see no disfiguration. You don't see no scratches. You don't see no scars. You don't see nothing in that pig ear of his. You don't see Nathan but a false demonstration that took place. And then what you call it? They should have told them to the duck run, hide, find a tree or something. Exactly. Bullets don't work like that. If he got hit in the ear from that caliber, he would be missing a whole chunk of ear. Exactly, Wavy. Exactly, homie. I listen. And that's not how the Secret Service works. Said, man, listen. Huh? And then they wouldn't have not allowed him to stand up to do that triumphant, like, it's still I rise shit that he did. They would have smothered him up and then got him out there quickly as hell. He was talking about, hold on, let me put my shoe on. They would have left that shoe right there on that damn podium and got him the hell up out of there. Keisha Hall can have herself a ball. I see you. Listen, hey, Dana Mac, listen. Let your boy tell it. I'm gonna make sure you know what it is, huh? Because, listen, y'all see them ears. Hold on, let me get the comment out the way. Look at the pig ears. Ain't nothing wrong with them things except for they look like little pig ears. Other than that, there's no trauma. There's no, look like no past scarring, no nothing, not even a nibble on his ear, like somebody was nibbling on it. None of that, let alone a tear of a bullet fragment and or shattered glass that might have went through his ear. It's none of that. Now people could say, oh, you know, he's the president, so he probably got the best plastic surgeon on the planet Earth. Okay, possibly. Well, they need to do something about that face first and foremost. I'm just saying, that's my opinion. However, there is no signs of nothing in them ears, huh? And I think it was the day or two after when he was at that dinner, there was no signs of nothing on that ear. Y'all can maintain being duped, being hoodwinked, being bamboozled, and led astray if you want. But as for me and my people, we know what it is. Faker than a $3 bill. You hear me? Look, Sexy Sugar Mama said Stevie Wonder knew it was fake. You hear me? Dana Max said, I knew it was fake too. All the way down in Alabama. I knew. Peepski said, show the fist, and still I rise. I'm just like, yeah, stop faking it, stop. But it was all a ploy to get public sympathy and kind of pave the way for some of the bullshittery we got going on now. You hear me? Listen, but it's all to the good. Let me get him up off here because people tired of seeing him. Let me get him up off of here. It's called bullshittery. Angie, listen, you learning? It's called bullshittery. And that's exactly what it is. You didn't hear anything about the man who was shot either. No apologies to the family, no funeral, nothing. There was a woman standing behind him and nothing happened to her. You ain't see people ducking for covers like that. None of that. Man, listen. It was the best and worst orchestrated bullshit that we done seen in a long time, huh? Should have been in a in a low budget movie platform nearest you. That's where it should have been. The only things it did was pull off the edges of his hairline. Damn it, Jim. Peepski said he's gonna get the Best Actor of the Year award. Nah, he need to get the Worst Actor of the Year award. That's what he need to get. You feel me? But we gonna keep it pushing. Frumpy Frump, we on to you, Frumpy Frump, and this whole situation that you're bullshitted. Now, right, this next video was very interesting, right? A group of white folks discussing, having a real conversation as to why Kamala Harris was not a viable candidate to a lot of people, unfortunately. So much I can say about it, but I want y'all to see it. This is a real conversation. I was glad this dude said what he said, because I was like, oh, but y'all pay attention and let me know what you think.
When people told you that they were voting for him because of the economy? they were lying. I think people voted for him because this country, too many people in this country, couldn't even think about voting for a black female. So when but they don't want to say, they're not going to say, I'm not voting for her because she's a woman or she's black. God forbid she's both. Oh, and by the way, she's married to a Jewish guy. They're not going to say that. They're going to say, I'm voting for him because of the economy. They're liars.
Hold on.
Huh? If that wasn't the realest thing he ever spoke against all odds, shout out to that man. I don't know his name. Shout out to him. Shout out to him, because it take people from that side of the fence to have an honest, open conversation about people's feelings and thoughts. See, a lot of times people be trying to deny their bullshittery. A lot of times people be trying to hide behind a mask or hide behind excuses. And sometimes they just be blatantly downright lying. And it takes for somebody from their side of the table, I don't mean Republican, Democrat, I mean from his persuasion, to say what people, some people from his side of the table, not all people, but some people from his side of the fence thought and think, or whatever the case may be. That's the only way we could get to a healing place. You have to be able to communicate and talk about the issues. Now, this would have been even better if it was like a round table and you had some black folks and white folks, but the fact that it was just them, and that brother had the courage or the gall or the walls to state how he felt and speak in truth, or in truth of how he see things. We need more of that. Until we can get more of that, that's when when we get more of that, that's when we can have some healing of the races, healing of the cultures, healing of the minds, healing of the people, healing of our country, and thus healing of the world. Will it ever happen? I don't know. But that man right there, he gets a hats off from me. You hear me? Yeah. Hats off from me. Because I'm like, listen, even since somebody brung up Stevie Wonder could see what it was. They just didn't like the fact that, one, she was black, and again, that she was a woman. And like he said, God forbid, she was both of them. That's a double whammy. No, we can't allow that. Now look what's going on. Now look what's going on. Creole Cupcake, good morning to ye. Good morning to ye. Now look what's going on. People are getting snatched up and put in detainment centers or whatever the case may be. Now, before I play this young man talking about his visit to the alligator Alcatraz, I want y'all to see the parallel to times past. Now, if y'all, and this is all allegations or allegedly, but if you can't see any correlation to that man and his fascination that he's had or has with Adolf Hitler and how Adolf Hitler did certain things, y'all better wake the hell up. 40. My eyes are not sinking. My eyes are good. Good morning, 40. But listen, you have to, I want y'all to see this direct correlation from alligator Alcatraz, which is the first of probably a couple that they will be building, or whatever the case may be, to the concentration camps that happen in and around Germany. Y'all pay attention to this real quick, huh? In 1933, before the ovens. If y'all don't know what the ovens mean, is where they went and burnt some Jewish folks alive, or whatever, the gas chambers and all those things. Germany opened a facility in Dachau. It was called a Protective Custody Center. People were held without trial, were separated from their families, were kept behind barbed wire. At first, the government insisted it wasn't that bad. Huh? Does that sound familiar? Does that sound familiar? Hold on, I gotta put my big head in the big screen. Pause. Does that sound familiar? Does that sound familiar? Huh? And if you think that's not enough correlation by what was read in the showing of that picture, we're going to look inside. Let's look inside, huh? Let's look inside a little bit, huh? So you can get a even more direct correlation as to the two. The detainment center, Alligator Alley, you know, and related detainment centers, and the concentration camps of a wicked time past. Y'all pay attention and watch this, huh? The top one is Alligator Alcatraz in Ochapee, Florida, 2025. The bottom one is in Auschwitz, one of the famous concentration camps from times past. This one was in Poland. But look at the bunks. Look at how it's set up. Look. They got it even more contained in the Alligator Alcatraz than they do at the damn Auschwitz joint, at least on the inside, huh? Now, if y'all don't see the correlation, yeah, Zoda, somebody hit my line early. Zoda Ghost, salute. What's goody like the mob? Yes, indeed. Listen, exactly, Lady Costanita. Exactly. Sexy Sugar Mama says, same arrangements. Listen, people are playing in your face without you seeing it, because a lot of y'all ain't seeing it. But the correlation is eerie. You hear me? Y'all see the top, which is Alligator Alcatraz, and the bottom, which is Auschwitz. Let me turn my little thing off so I can won't get. Do not disturb me. Get on up out of here. Yeah. Said Orange Man set that up. See, some of y'all forget that he used to have a copy of Mein Kampf, a book that was written by Adolf Hitler, on his nightstand. This is one of his idols, his heroes, even. And look at the things that are being implemented. Look at the things that are being implemented. I'm just saying. You ain't got to believe it, but just watch. Now that I got that said, I want y'all to watch this video of this gentleman who visited Alligator Alcatraz in some kind of official capacity, and his experience of what he's seen. Y'all pay attention. Hear me?
Hey everybody, I just left the Everglades internment camp, the Everglades detention facility for immigrants, and I gotta tell you that the conditions are horrible. These are people being caged. 32 people per cage. Only 3 toilets for a group of 32 grown men, and where they drink water is from the toilet. It's only a spigot that comes from the toilet, and that's where you also drink water. The food portions are horrible. It was very hot and warm within the actual tent where the cages are held. I saw people sweating, and they didn't let us walk fully in. They opened the door and let us look in, and people were yelling at us, help me, help me. I heard somebody in the back yell, I'm a U.S. citizen. We're going to look into that. But something that really struck me is as we were walking away from those cages, they started chanting, libertad, 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 freedom. And I saw people in those cages who look exactly like me. People my age. Every Floridian should be ashamed that our taxpayer money is being used for this. Terrorizing communities, putting people in an internment camp full of Latinos. And so I just wanted to do this report out fresh from leaving. We were in there for 2 hours. I will be back. We were able to get some clarification on the legal standing of the facility, but I can tell you this. They said that they're getting all their instructions from ICE. That is a federal detention center, and it's being run by the...
Michelangelo, TKBS Nation, GMG, good morning to ye. Listen, it is hella sad. But on the upside of it, it is, there are people that are fighting back in a certain way. We're not talking about unrest and unruliness. But we're talking about, I forget what state and city it was, but the mayor and I think police chief said that they would arrest ICE agents if they did not leave out of their cities or whatever the case may be. I thought that was dope. Vader, wait, come on over to the good YouTube. Then also in a section of, I think it's California, I didn't get a chance to get the video clip, but I saw where it's a couple tow truck companies have put themselves on the line to say, we're going to impound their vehicles, because they said a lot of times that these ICE agents are parking illegally to go after the immigrants and or U.S. citizens that they're taking, or whatever the case may be, and on properties to which they have contracts to impound and tow, or whatever the case may be. And I saw a video of them snatching a couple of ICE allegedly ICE agent vehicles, or whatever the case may be. And I said, kudos to that. Listen, everybody has a part to play in this. Everybody has a part. They said, well, the Hispanics were for Trump. All of them weren't for Trump 40. And that's a foolish thing to say, because they're not just deporting Hispanics and Latinos. They're deporting black or Afro Cubano, Afro-Haitian, Africans. They're also deporting that too, 40. So it's not just a Hispanic Latino thing. And they're also deporting people that are U.S. citizens. So be careful when you kind of good for them, because then it can end up at your door or one of your family members' door. God forbid. And we don't want that to happen for nobody. And that's a part of our problem. We're too segmented and separate, and then wonder why things are happening and are allowed to happen, or whatever the case may be. We got to get over the petty differences. We have to get over the petty differences, because that's what keeps us apart. Lam, whoop, GMG, what's good? I'm just saying, and Trump said he will take over these cities if they don't comply. Also, I heard the National Guard is pulling back 2,000 of their troops that were deployed to California for to help assist ICE agents in what they're doing. So they're Polo Dolo. They're deporting U.S. citizens as well. I don't know I think it was a part of the big, beautiful bill that was passed. If not, it was in another order where he got it decreed that through executive order that he could deport U.S. citizens to other countries to serve their time. Now, here's the aha in that, right? So most people will read that, well, he talk about criminals. He talk about people that did real bad things and da-da-da-da-da. Get them up out of here, some people would say, right? But understand, if you listen to some of the language of what he's saying, it could be people like myself who are saying certain things on these internet streets. It could be people that are leading protests or against certain actions. It could be certain politicians that stand opposite of Trump and his beliefs and his tactics and his agenda. Could very well be arrested. Given the way things are going, anybody and their mama could be arrested. And once arrested, you too could become one of those individuals that could be sent over to whatever company. Afro-Latino, Haitian, Dominican, that's a fact. Thank you. They deported every other race. We just don't see it all, but we know who the main focus is. That's a lot of ICE is also backing out because the threats they are getting to their family, as they should. Because at the end of the day, and I've reported about this before, they coming into communities like the Gestapo. If you don't know about the Gestapo, the Gestapo was like the Germans' version of like the FBI, CIA, or whatever, but they were like a specialized squad that came in to deal with Jewish people and other people to snatch them up, to torture, to unalive them, and all these things, or whatever the case may be. But ICE is allegedly, not allegedly, because we've seen some of the footage. We've seen it with our own eyes, right? So there's no allegedly. They are coming masked up and coming like armed kidnappers, And I reported maybe last week or whatever, where I said that it's being allegedly reported that some of these so-called agents aren't even government law officials. Some of them are bounty hunters, because there's a price on each body that gets deported. There's a price on each body that gets deported. So they are, bounty hunters are going out in teams to, quote unquote, assist ICE agents and grab grab up Hispanic, Latino, Afro-Latino, African, and other culture people, Asian, et cetera, to get the bounty fee or whatever the case may be. Almighty KM, I see you done came on in. Hey, good morning to ye. They are seeing hope. They are seeing hope how far they can go, and no one is exempt. After all these decades, we are still treated as slaves. That's a fact. That's a fact. Yep, back in the Hitler day. Talk to him, Creole. If y'all think I'm just running my mouth, do your Googles, do your research. Do your research while the research is still there to be done. You hear me? The ICE agents are acting like Gestapo. They're acting lawless. They're acting like they're above the law, that they have nobody to answer to, and doing what the hell they want to do when it's coming into neighborhoods, coming into private businesses, and on private property with and without warrants, to come after people. They're stopping people along the road like fake ass traffic stops, people that they deem look like they could be Latino or Afro-Latino or Hispanic or African or whatever the case may be. Any other race other than Caucasian from my viewpoint, allegedly. They're stopping people under the guise of traffic stops, asking for identification and papers, and snatching people up, fulfill their quotas. That's a fact of mundo. Some probably getting a stay in America card to help. The crazy thing is when some of those ICE agents masks slide down, they look like they weren't born here. And the most hurtful part of it is a couple of the agents are brown and black individuals too, and it's like, if you don't feel a way, it's brazy. Hey, Sarah Lynn, if all the 30 million legal immigrants threaten to leave too, the feds would think twice, because all immigrants build up the economy, even the illegal ones. You might got a point there, Sarah Lynn. You might got a point there. This is mostly happening in California. I've seen them in Sacramento. Oh, it ain't just happening in California. It's happening here in Virginia. It's happening in a lot of places. New York. I saw something where allegedly they're revoking. I forget how many Haitian immigrants' U.S. standings as citizens. They're revoking a bunch of Haitian folks' U.S. standing or whatever, whether it's just visa, whether it's citizenship. And I said, look at this shit here. It's a terrible thing. It's a terrible thing. And I know some of y'all be like, man, listen, I don't want to hear about this, or man, this is a them issue. Man, why we got to talk about this? Because if it's the brother from the California arm of the Black Lives Matter faction said it plain. It's at your neighbor's door now. If it's at your neighbor's door now, eventually it will be at your door. And there's a truth to that. There's a truth to that. So for people to say, well, it ain't my business, it's on them, they voted for him, or da-da-da-da. Some of them did, stupidly. Hell, some of us voted for him stupidly. Some of his own people voted for him stupidly. But the point of the matter is this. because you feel like it ain't at your door today, it could be at your door tomorrow or the next week. Just like drug problems, just like crime, just like all the things. Like you out in suburbia feel like, oh, that's an inner city problem. Them hoodlums and stuff like that, till it start bringing its ugly head out to the suburban areas where you're at. Drug addiction, oh, that's an inner city thing. Let them smoke up all the drugs they want till it comes in Billy Bob and them start inhaling and shooting up and taking this drug and popping this pill or whatever case. Then it's like, oh, we got to do something about it. It's the same premise. Just because it's not at your door right now does not mean that it will not be at your door tomorrow. So we need to get the hell out of that mindset. It's a them thing, because them, they, those, all that, they are us. We are them, meaning people. Understand that. This unavoidable because we could be next. That's a fact. That's a fact, Sierra Bay. That's what I'm saying. I forgot about when they was, yeah. And then the Haitians fought back. That you see I think I put one clip up, but there was another clip that the Haitians wasn't playing. Like, y'all not just coming here taking my peoples. Y'all not doing that. And they fought back as community. They fought back as a community. Polo Dolo so said, I have my papers and I'm about to pass them out to my whole family at the next reunion next month. Polo Dolo says, Sophia, what are we supposed to do? First of all, inform ourselves. Gain enough knowledge and information, one, as to the laws and the laws that come on the table. Two, pressure your local congressmen, governors, mayors, aldermen, ward members, and the things of that nature. Pressure they ass to do what the hell they need to do. One. Two, make your community aware. If your community don't know what's going on, or somehow living under a rock or whatever the case may be, make sure they are aware. Hell, in the communities where you live, right? A lot of us live like strangers. We don't even know our neighbors no more. Introduce yourself to your neighbors. Start going around introducing yourself to your neighbors. And if they look at you crazy and like, what's going on? Why? Speak about what's going on. Say, in this day and age where so much is going on, there might come a time where we need each other. There might become a time when we actually need each other. Introduce yourself to your neighbors. Pay attention. Pay attention to things going on outside your home. Pay attention to things that you see in the news or whatever the case may be. Don't live in fear. Do not live in fear, but at the same time, make yourself mentally prepared, spiritually prepared, and or physically prepared. And stop being afraid. Stop being afraid when those certain entities come into your neighborhoods doing anything. I'm not saying righteously grabbing somebody off the street that committed some kind of crime or something, but I'm saying doing anything. And then they'll have to come into the community correctly, or they won't be allowed in the community, period. Our ancestors built America, but immigrants' death keeping it afloat. That's a fact. Did you see the mass OD event that happened in your area? Yeah, in Baltimore, yeah, I saw that. It happens all the time, though, Sarah Lynn. When somebody put a potent batch of dope out in the street or whatever the case may be, you'll see people ODing or whatever, passing away and or just ODing. And the irony of it all, the people that get high, they gravitate towards that because that's what they want, and it's a crazy thing. Africa is beautiful. They just show the bad parts of the world. Be careful, all you IG and Spaces bullies. Your enemies can call. Oh Lord. Anyway, most of your families have been on U.S. soil way before Trump's family came in illegally If we get deported, he got to go first. And there was a reporter that said that about his wife too, and he was like, "That was the dumbest thing that you could ask." I was like, "No, it's a real question. Your wife is an immigrant too, Slim. Why?" He said, "Because that's my wife." Like, of course, of course. Remember, God is controlling. Hold onto His unchanged hand. That's a fact, Sarah Lynn. That's a fact. The moral of it all, and I'm gonna put a link out there. The moral of it all is: are you not entertained? That's what today's topic is, or the today's heading is for the thumbnail. Are you not entertained? Meaning all the things that you see going on, all the happenings, all the trappings, all the bullshiggery. Are you not entertained by what's going on? Oh, oops, sorry about that. Pin that. I'm just saying, we sit down shucking and jiving, cooning and crooning and spooning, grinning and skinning, and being okay with whatever that goes on. We sit around, we allow things to happen. We allow people to treat us how they want to treat us, talk to us how they want to talk to us. We sit along, go along and get along. We watch a whole bunch of bullshiggery. We don't a lot of times balance it out, and I'm always saying balance out your time and what you ingest. We'll watch the bullshiggery, but we won't balance it out with no positive information or whatever the case may be, or information that can either make us better people or more aware people or more financially sound people or whatever the case may be. We'll sit down and just act like the world is everything is hunky dory and everything is cool until it's too damn late. Are you not entertained, huh? It ain't safe for no one. Knowledge is key, and vote the right officers and delegates in and unite. That's it right there, Michelangelo. That part right there. Oh, I did sound a little bit like him, did I, Lady Cosadita, for a second? That's a fact. This was already written and foretold. That's a fact of Mundo. Understand something. We aren't to live in fear. We are a people that persevere. We are a people that overcome. We are ingenious people that know how to improvise. We are people that know how to make something out of nothing. And that's what makes us such a threat. Because when you put something on our back, we find a way to lift it up and get it the hell off our back. And I need for y'all to understand that no matter what it looked like or whatever's going on, there's a way around it. But we must do certain things. We can't look for somebody else to do it. We have to do it. And like Michelangelo said, we need to unite. We need to unite. This video here probably ain't gonna get a whole lot of monetization. Hell, it might not even be able to get monetized because of the 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 stance that I'm speaking on and the topics that I'm talking about. But it's good because it needs to be said. It needs to be said. GMG Enforcer is here. Who up for DP today? What's up, President? Listen, at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, open your eyes up. Pay attention. And just because at this moment is affecting Latino and Hispanic Asians individuals, well, mostly Latino and Hispanic individuals the most. Do not think that it's not affecting Black people, African people, Asian people, et cetera, et cetera. Understand this. If it's at your neighbor's door today, it can and more than likely will be at your door tomorrow. And I already gave y'all situations and circumstances in which it could apply to you, good old US citizens, or whatever the case may be. Giving the way that he's moving and how he's changing laws to suit his need, or whatever the case may be. The courts aren't doing shit about it generally. Uh his cabinet ain't really doing it. They going along, tagging along, because a lot of people he put in positions weren't even individuals that should be in these positions because they have no experience running anything of the sort. But he's been putting them into place to kind of be able to uses puppet strings or whatever the case may be. I'm not gonna be long-winded on it, but it's like, damn it. Hey, Timothy said, yeah, leave me, I'm here. Facts, but sad truth is that this is a learned behavior from our parents because they had to turn their heads to a lot back then. That's a fact. We were taught to mind our business, especially that's a fact. You're right, Lady Coach Anita, and we have a lot of unlearning to do and relearning to do and a lot of new education to learn. That's a fact. I had an opportunity to speak to a group of eighth graders who are inspiring medical students. There are almost 500,000 international adoptees at risk for deportation, too. Excuse me. Everything, Himothy, everything is everything. My thing is this. At some point we gotta exercise our humanity. At some point we gotta exercise in the guise of what's right. Not even the guise, in the spirit of what's right. At some point we have to say enough is enough and be willing to stand in the gap for other individuals. You know that feeling you get when you see somebody being bullied, and some of y'all are courageous enough to say something, and some of y'all are courageous enough to do something. These are one of those moments because it's a broader scope of bullying that's going on. It's a broader scope of bullying that's going on. Everybody's being snatched up are not illegal, so let's get that off the table. Because that's not the argument because everybody's being snatched up aren't illegal. Some have gotten visas to be here. They're being revoked purposely and then snatched up. You have people that have applied for citizenship and have a date that are being snatched up. You have some newly crowned or made citizens that are being snatched up, and you have citizens that are being snatched up. And he's taking away the birthright citizenship too. So understand something. If you feel as though this can't hit your door, I don't want to hear nothing when it does. I don't want to hear shit when it does. You feel me? I don't want to hear shit when it does. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, there's a lot of things coming up. A lot of things are going for the good GMG family. I am strongly in the fence, or not in the fence. I'm strongly in the mindset of taking the Good Morning Gang Morning Show and making it 5 days a week. Which means I'll be dedicating more time for more content, more stories, more topics, more things to make this more robust and viable for a 5 day program. I put a poll up in the GMG group on IG to see should I keep it at 8 to 10 or 9 to 11, 10 to 12, or 11 to 1. And a lot of you all have tapped in and chimed in and said that I should change it to 9 to 11. So I'm taking that into consideration because I want it to be where more people can view this situation. I need you all to be supportive as well and share it to some people or whatever the case may be. I know y'all be liking to watch me, but there's some other people that would love to watch me too. So share the situation, huh? I got a couple shows that are about to take off real soon, real soon. On top of that, the camping trip is coming up over on Flip the Network or whatever the case may be. Lord, if only y'all knew the conversations going on behind the scenes in the chat group with the people that are going to be there. It's hella brazy. It's gonna be a lot of things. It's gonna be a lot of things. Ronnie Lodi, I don't know nothing about you and your WhatsApp, but this ain't the place to post that bullshittery. Let me get that up out of here. It's the wrong group. I don't know what type of freak ass shiggity you on, Bama, but yeah, I don't know what type of time you on, but we don't do that. This Bama done put up his whole little nizumba on the thing. Anywho, I'm gonna have to go over on Facebook later and get that up out of here. Anywho, like I said, I got some things coming down the pike, or whatever the case may be. I'm gonna be making some life changes so that I can concentrate full time on content creation. The morning show, Feel the Love Fridays, the tap in with Big Phil Speaks, which is another show that I want to do on here. But the couple shows that I have will be outside shows. It will not be from my computer. They will be outside shows. One will be coming to a city near you. The other one is up in the air, whether it be For the Love of Phil or some other type of show or whatever the case may be. But I have some things. I'm working on some things. I have some people that are interested. I have some people that are willing to invest a portion of the situation. There's some things coming down the pike. Just because y'all don't see me all the time doesn't mean that I'm not working. Doesn't mean that I'm not doing things. I've been in and out of phone meetings, Zoom calls, video chats, and other things to facilitate all things needed. I need you as my GMG compadres to stand in the gap and and support your boy in these changes because it'll make everything broader and start to show fruits thereof so we can get back to the giveaways and some other things or whatever the case may be. Yes, I think you should go 5 days a week. You keep us enlightened on what's going on in this crazy world. Oh, thank you, Connie Baptiste. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. With some OTF for nigga, I'm over on the good YouTube. Um, the point of the matter is just because you see me on one platform or another does not mean that I will ever forget about this. This is my baby, my brainchild. This is where the main focus is definitely at, believe it or not, or whatever the case may be. By this time next year, I plan on being at over 100,000 subscribers. That means I got work to put in. I'm at 26, maybe 27,000 subscribers now, which ain't bad, right? Especially with me just kind of inching along or whatever the case may be. But by this time next year, I plan on being over 100K, possibly 250K. So your boy is gonna be doing some things, huh? You hear me? And I need my GMGers and GMGS to support your boy. You feel me? I don't be asking for much, do I? Do I be asking? I don't ask for that much. The least you could do is do that, stand in the gap for your boy. But one thing I hadn't said this whole time since the day, listen, if you're watching from Facebook, of course, YouTube, Twitch, X, formerly known as Twitter's, do your boy a favor and hit that thumbs up for your boy. Boop, up. If you have not done so, come on over here, hit a good YouTube and hit that subscribe button. Boop, up. More importantly, hit that notification bell, something like this. Bing. So you be in the know whenever the Good Morning Gang Morning Show drop. What? Whenever Feel the Love Fridays drop. What? Or anything else that I put on this good Big Phil Speaks channel. What? You hit that notification bell, you hit all, because sometimes YouTube be tripping on the send outs. Sometimes. But yeah, that part right there, consistency of goods and services or whatever. Sarah Lynn, that part right there. I'm gonna be loosing some things in my life and paying attention and focusing and dedicating time and energy to my brand, to my shows, and things of that nature, or whatever the case may be, so that you all can get more of me, pause, no Diddy, and I can be more present in my content creation or whatever the case may be. Yeah. But with sacrifice comes obligations. Understand that. But it's all good. It's all good. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, that part, Michelangelo, bing, ying, 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 ying. Barbecue. Uh, if y'all help me get back in the spirit of wanting to do the barbecue, I would do the damn barbecue, Connie. But I had fell out of love with doing the barbecue to be 100. But I had to reassess some things and reassess my thoughts on certain things that took place or whatever, and just take it all in stride. So eventually, the barbecue will happen. I promise you that. For all the naysayers, I promise you that it will happen, as well as some other meet and greets and other situations or whatever. But first and foremost, show me you care and that you really want to barbecue and share this situation. Share this situation, huh? Don't just hide me for yourself. Like, yeah, this big field, but I can't show nobody. Share me with a couple people, huh? Help me help us grow. You know what I'm talking about? It does get like that sometimes, Creole. It does. It does. And I'm being transparent and honest. It does. Whoo. Especially a couple of y'all noggers, boy. Woo. But anywho, and still I rise. Um, but yeah, there's a lot of things coming down the pike or whatever the case may be. I sent out in the GMG group as well for those interested. Hit my DM, whatever the case may be. Serious inquiries only. Trying to be nosy and just want to know. But if you really feel like you want to help, can help, please do. It'll help grow the channel, help things get to where they need to be, and you'll be one of the beneficiaries of helping or whatever the case may be. I have a lot planned for the morning show. I have a lot planned for Feel the Love. Like I said, the tab with Big Phil Speaks will be another situation or online show that I'm putting on. And then I have a couple shows that'll be moving around. I'm just waiting on that midday Twitch music stream. That's coming back too, Frank Murphy. That's coming back too. I'm glad you brought that up. That's coming back too. Good talk and slow jams is coming back. Good talk and slow jams is coming back. Yes, indeed. Sooner than you think. We got to get some good music in our life. That part, huh? But we gonna make it do what it do. You feel me? We gonna make it do what it do. But just tell a friend to tell a friend to come on in when Big Phil Speaks is in the building. It's bound to be a lituation. Now, any of y'all, if you want, you can come up here tap in if you want. I already put the link out there. Come holler at me or whatever the case may be. Come talk to your bizoy before the show is over. My mouth is all dry. Pause. No diddy. Phil, stop playing with our emotions. There are a lot of us willing to help when you give. I'm focused, man. Sarah Lynn, I'm focused, man. I'm focused more than ever. I had an epiphany the other day, and I sat down and I was like, okay, there's some things I want to change with the morning show. There's some things I want to expand on the morning show. Some things I want to do. Like I said, even just the time slot of when I'm doing it, or whatever the case may be, which I think will help even for my West Coast folks. There's a couple of people out the West that get up early, but then there's some other people that don't get up as early or whatever the case may be. So if I did do like from 9 to 11 or something, then it would be like 6 o'clock 6 o'clock out there, starting out. That would be a little bit more feasible or doable for some people, especially if they're getting up, getting ready for work. Hey, all right, Denny. Hey, Denny, how you doing? Over on the good YouTube. It would allow for people on the West to tap in, or even Mountain Time or whatever the case may be, or Central Time. It'll allow for more people to tap in or wait to tap in and whatever. So that's my thought. She said that would be me. And Imma start clipping up some of the segments within the morning show and putting those back out as pre-recorded content or whatever the case may be, 'cause that will draw in more people to see what we got going on the Good Morning Gang morning show as well. So I've been planning, plotting, and strategizing. I've been planning, plotting, and strategizing. You understand me? Sierra Base in the West Coast. Whoa. In the time you talked about a barbecue, I planned a massive family reunion. I'm hosting in August in Pittsburgh. I'm a disabled. Oh, again, I said I lost my taste for doing it, Sarah Lynn. You missed the point. I can do a plethora of things. I used to throw parties and events. So that's nothing. It's really light. It's easy work for me. But I kind of lost. Kind of lost the want to do it because of how certain people acted or whatever the case may be. But it's all good. Phil, what's that buy me a coffee thing? Okay, Lady Coach Anita, the buy me a coffee thing is another way that you can support and or send a donation or send a gift or whatever the case may be, for the movement or whatever. It's another way to do it outside of say I don't have a Cash App anyway. Some people do Cash App, PayPal, Zelle, Apple Pay, or whatever. You click on it, and you can buy I think as little as one, as many as you want, or whatever the case may be, and it supports the channel. They take a little teeny fee out of it, but it goes directly to me or whatever the case may be. Another way to just support the channel, Lady Costa need to buy me a coffee is like a proverbial thing. It's like a because it's saying, "Hey, buy me a cup of coffee. Let's have a conversation, or let's sit down over a cup of coffee or whatever." Or if you want to do something for me, buy me a cup of coffee. That's basically the premise behind it, but you're actually just gifting or supporting me by quote unquote buying me a coffee or whatever. But it's not a literal cup of coffee, if that makes sense. But anyway, how are y'all feeling today? It is the 16th of July, 2025, Wednesday, hump day, wet and wild Wednesday, huh? What you doing Wednesday? Oh, she said, I definitely support that. Yeah, man, ain't nobody, ain't no see, Maki, da. Listen, how y'all feeling today? Y'all ready to have a good day? It look like it's going to rain outside where I'm at. So hopefully y'all will be dry, excuse me, dry and comfortable, and that is not too heat, but not too hot, but just enough. Phil question: did he wanted to cam? Listen, if he wanted to cam him, I cam him up, peep scheme. It would break the internet. You hear me? It would break the internet because I wouldn't hold back the questions at all. I would not hold back the questions. You have lots of creative minds who support you. You just have to be ready. No one to support anyone. Maybe not okay, but definitely with my rights. I get it, Sarah Lynn, and I do appreciate that, and I do appreciate that. And as I tweak this and or build it out, I definitely will be calling on people such as yourself to help in some areas or whatever the case may be, if you have the time, the want, or the desire. You know what I'm saying? So I trust me, people don't go unnoticed. I pay attention to a lot, even though I stay focused on what I'm doing. I pay attention to a lot, and I see the tenacity of certain people, even when people that send me stuff in my inbox or whatever. So I pay attention, to everything or whatever. Believe it or not, believe it or not. So if any of y'all that are watching that are over here on YouTube or any other platform, if you're following me at Big Phil Speaks on IG, uh, join the um, join the GMG, the Good Money Gang group, and then chime in on the poll. Chime in on the poll that asks, should I change the time of the morning show or should I leave it the same? Now, mind you, like I said, this will be for soon will be beginning for 5 days a week, and I'll be doing seasons, meaning it gives me a time off to go vacation or do what I need to do or whatever the case may be. But it will give you a set amount of episodes in one season, and when we come back, be season whatever, and another. You know what I'm saying? That way, it gives me time to move aside a little bit too if I need to. Outside of things that happen or whatever, nature, blackout, power outage or something like that, which is not, which is beyond my control, whatever the case may be. But sometimes, bro, I need to move side a little bit too. I'm about to officiate my first wedding soon. The Lord, you doing a little bit of everything, ain't you, Sarah Lynn? I'm just ready to meet everyone that I'm interacting with. Are you trying? Connie, you trying to get close to somebody to get your freak on, huh, Connie? Connie's Bree Bree said change the time. Tap in on in the group, Bree Bree, and let me know what time slot you think will be better. I got like four. I got four choices. The R&B talk show salute. Listen, if y'all really putting on a talk show, I'd love to be one of your hosts on the talk show. That's my R&B is my thing. R&B is my thing. You hear me? Listen, y'all. It's your boy Big Phil Speaks. This is the Good Morning Gang Morning Show. It ain't just about me, even though it's about me, it's about us, the Good Money Gang, GMG. You feel me? Hi, I am Abuela. Come on over to the good YouTube. Why don't you, huh? And my goal is to just to officiate or be the vessel for this vehicle to bring us entertainment, to bring us the news, bring us some good information, give us a laugh or two, hell, even a tear or two. Izzy Power, salute. What's goody like the mob? My thing is this. I'm only as good as the people that support me. You feel me? I, I feed off your energy. I feed off the comments. I feed off the things y'all send me. I feed off the vibes you give me, or whatever the case may be. I wake up in the morning enthused about doing this show. I wake up happy to do this show. You hear me? So even when things happen and I'm not allowed to be here, it pisses me off. One, but two, I want y'all to know that it definitely ain't a slight like, oh, Phil, here you go, he don't want to do the show. No, I love doing this show. I get a kick out of it. Can't y'all tell how I be acting on here? I get a kick out of doing this show, huh? There's none like me, huh? It's Big Phil Speaks. Hey, Sharonda Bradford, good morning, huh? Do 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 do. Let me put that down there. Hey man, I'm over on the good YouTube. I will say this, right? Be careful of those that are bitter. Be careful of those that are bitter, because a bitter heart and a bitter soul can be very contagious, can be a spirit draining, mood draining, day draining thing. Hey Vino, be careful, because what I've come to learn and see is that sometimes people aren't happy in their situation or happy in their world of things, and they want you to be unhappy too. It's crazy. It's the craziest thing. It's the craziest thing. Bitter Betty and Bitter Bob. That's a fact. They want you to be, if not as miserable as they are, or more. And it's crazy. CLBCY, what's good? Very miserable. And it's like, damn. If you're in if you're happy, you know it, show it. And if you're unhappy, go somewhere, go sit in the corner, go woosah, go get your life right. Go pray, go meditate, go talk to God. If you're in the mood to be miserable and bitter, keep that shit to yourself, because nobody wants that. That bad energy travel, seeing that in real time is crazy. That's a fact. Mundo, Sierra Bay. Good morning. Good morning. Now, you're absolutely right. Des and D, super. What's up? I'm just saying, keep miserable people away from you. Keep bitter people away from you, because it will suck the energy out of your soul. And it's like you can wake up on a good note, and somebody just miserable come around, and you just be like, ah. It just take all the air out, pause out your balloon and all that. Feel you making a song out of a certain nothing but positivity and happiness. That part, that's why I keep to myself. Too many miserable people who try to drag you down. That's a fact of Mundo. Mino Diva from the good West Side. My thing is this. Nobody's perfect. Nobody's perfect. We all got our flaws. We all got our shortcomings, right? But what we don't have to do is push our bad days on other people. What we don't have to do is hate on somebody else's good day because we not having a good day. Trick baby, crack baby. Good morning to ye. We don't have to try to attach ourselves in our bad mood onto somebody else in their positive vibes of the day and try to change that energy. You've seen it. They've come into lives and do it. They come onto spaces and do it. They come on places and things, and they bring a negative vibe or energy about themselves. Not that they are necessarily just negative people. Not just saying that, but sometimes they could be a vessel in the moment for negativity and realize it or not realize it. And they can come in and just change the atmosphere of a conversation. And I'm not just talking about somebody that can just come in and just, wants to talk about a different topic. That happens. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about somebody just being just innately negative or miserable or just want to talk bad or talk down on somebody or just want to because the energy is good. He said, "Here go Pastor Phil." That's a fact, Bree. Bree, misery loves company. My negativity filter always operates at 100. I know how to detach quickly too. That part. We got to tell them, okay, hold up. I see you having a bad day. Go on, leave up out of here. Go on and get yourself together. Come back. Come back when you're in a better mood. This ain't that. That ain't this. We don't need the miserableness. If you want to talk, if you want some counsel or you want some advice or you just need an ear to listen, cool. But don't come in being disruptive. Don't come in here with the negative bullshittery. Don't come in here being miserable and think that you're gonna be received wonderfully because it ain't gonna happen no more. Misery, poof, be gone. You get what I'm saying? And I get it. People are human. They got up days, bad days. They go through things or whatever the case may be. But that's fine and dandy. But if you're not trying to talk it out or talk a way through it or find a solution, you're not gonna put the weight of whatever misery you got going on me. And I implore you not to let somebody put the misery of what they got going on you. You feel me? Because it's not your weight to bear and it's not my weight to bear. Hell, it ain't even their weight to bear most times, and they just hold on to it. I'm just saying. You sound like you're gonna sound like someone with a hangover. People scared you bugged out. I'm just saying, I'm not coming with a long sermon or whatever the case may be, but just be mindful of miserable people. Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Huh? And if your miserable ass ain't entertained, well, you need to find some way to be entertained and get that misery off your back. I'm just saying, Dad, you said, who am I talking about? I'm talking about any and all miserable people, Dad. And D, I'm talking about any and all of them. Sheesh. Because there's a lot of that going around and it's unnecessary. Vino, ain't nobody talk. I'm not talking about anybody in particular. I'm talking about anybody and everybody. They be in a miserable way sometimes. You hear me? Some of them need some good loving. Well, listen, hey, Bree Bree, I can't help him with that. Pause. No, Diddy, I can't help him with that. My lips is dry. I'm up here running my miz off. Pause. No, Diddy. Yeah, I can't help him with that, Bree Bree. I, maybe y'all can help him with that. I don't know. Where you hear that at, Dez? Dez, I ain't messing with you. I ain't messing with you. Anywho, misery loves company. Sometimes it's good to be alone. Ha ha! Anywho, ladies and gentlemen, I'm about to get up off here. It's been a blast. I will see y'all on Friday. I will see y'all on Friday. Again, if y'all want to be of help, come holler at your boy in the DM or whatever the case may be. Other than that, the crazy thing is they don't even see their own misery. They make excuses. Man, Lord have mercy. That right there, that's a sermon right there, Creole. That's a sermon right there. Sheesh. Sometimes when someone is miserable, it's because they know they effed up a good thing, and now they wish they could rewind the play. Keisha Hall can have herself a ball if her assets are in order. That's another sermon right there. Listen, true. That Keisha Hall, that's a true thing. You're always talking about uniting, though. I am, but I ain't talking about uniting with misery, Sarah Lynn. I ain't talking about uniting with no damn misery. I'm not gonna tell you to unite with stuff that's gonna be detrimental to your health. I ain't talking about that. So, I'll be around like ties. Aha! Y'all are bugged or figured it out. I'm gonna leave it at that. Listen, I'm about to get off his sermons all day. Sierra Bay, you get a sermon. You get a sermon. Everybody get a sermon. I'm just saying, listen, sometimes we need a sermon. Sometimes we need a message. Sometimes we need a word. Sometimes we need something. You know what I'm saying? We need to hear something. Y'all are bugged out. Anywho, ladies and gentlemen, it's about that time. You know what I like to say. Smile, ladies and gentlemen, because it just might do something for somebody, including yourself. More importantly, love on somebody on purpose with purpose. Last but not least, I'm not anti you. I'm pro me, but with an emphasis on building we. The unity. Let that marinate into your melon till the next time we can chop it up and have a tay. Until then, I holla. Yeah, no. GMG, we're one big happy family. We're GMG, one big happy family. Hey, thank you for tuning in. Make sure you come back again. Tell a friend, tell a friend. It's GMG and Big Phil speech. Real soon, Connie, real soon. Anywho, ladies and gentlemen, y'all have a blessed day. Live it out as blessed as possible. And while you're living out this blessed day, plan, plot, and strategize that if you're so blessed to see tomorrow, you make it an even better day than the day. On that note, I'm up out of here. Peace. Yeah,